This is lesson 7.1.1, multiplying polynomials for algebra 2. So first thing we have to do is define a couple terms. First term is polynomial. Poly means many, nom means name. So this is an expression of terms separated by pluses and minuses. It's like a sentence, basically like this. That's a polynomial. It has multiple terms, multiple pieces, and it's connected with pluses and minuses. The second piece is terms, which I just said. This is like the chunks or parts of a polynomial. So for example, this right here has 3 terms because there's 1, 2, 3 parts to it. And then last is the degree. This is the highest power of the polynomial. So in this example, the highest power is right here, 2. So this is a second degree polynomial. All right, so let's look at some examples. This is a really messy polynomial, and we're going to put it in general form. General form means combined and in order. So here I see an x squared term, and here I see another. Before you combine, you have to make sure you include the sign in front so you know whether it's a positive or a negative. I also see 2 numbers. Everything else is kind of an isolated term, so there's nothing else we can combine it with. So we want to combine our similar shapes and then put them in order. So the first term is 3x to the 5th because that's the highest power. Then we go negative or minus 8x to the 4th because that's the next highest. Then we go to the power of 3, so plus 3x cubed. And then we have 2 in the blue box, 2 squared terms. So I have 5 here and then negative 14 here. Negative's bigger by 9, so we're going to have 9x squared. There's no x term, so that's going to be blank right here. And then we have 8 minus 12 is negative 4. So this would be a 5th degree, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. That's a coincidence. Okay, here's the meat of what we have to do. We need to be able to multiply polynomials. I'll show you 2 ways to do it. And then I'm going to do the shortcut just to save a little bit of time. So the way that I usually do this is I make a box because we need to multiply multiple things by each other. So I put the x and the 3 up top and then the x and 6 down the side, and we end up with a sort of times table. So we have x times x is x squared, x times 3 is 3x, 6 times x is 6x, and 6 times 3 is 18. Now, like on the previous one, these 2 have the same variable to the same power. So we combine those, and we end up with x squared plus 9x plus 18. I'll do that method again, and then I'll show you the shortcut. So for this one, we'll make the box again. We've got x and 5, x and negative 3. When we multiply these, we get x squared, 5x, x times negative 3 is negative 3x, negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Make sure you watch the signs. That's where students will mess up. And then combine those. So you get x squared plus 2x minus 15. Here's the shortcut. What you might notice is positive 5 and negative 3 add up. They add up to 2. And they will multiply to negative 15. So 5 plus negative 3 is 2. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Over here, same thing. 3 and 6 add to 9. 3 times 6 multiplies to 18. So if we try that on this one, it's going to be real goofy because it's a unique example, but x minus 5, x plus 5. If we add those, we get 0, so we'd have x squared plus 0x, and then multiply them, we get negative 25, which is weird because it simplifies to x squared minus 25. If you do the box, you'll end up with the same thing, x minus 5, x plus 5. And you'll see these two chunga chunga, those just drop off. They make 0. That's where this term comes from right here. Okay, so you'd still end up with x squared minus 25. Just saves a little bit of time in writing. This one, just to keep it simple for you guys, I'm going to put the box method because of this coefficient of 2 right here. I don't want you to get messed up with the shortcut. So we'll go 2x minus 1, x, and 6. 2x squared, x times negative 1 is negative x. 2 times 6 is 12, with an x on it. And then negative 6. Combine these. You get 2x squared plus 11x minus 6. All right, this one is a tricky looking one. Because it's squared, that means we have 2 of them. So we're going to go x plus 3, x plus 3. The shortcut says if you add 3 plus 3, you get 6x. 3 times 3 is 9. If that doesn't make sense, here you go. You get the same thing. This one just saves a little bit of time. I'm going to pause the video so I don't get chopped off. We'll finish those last 3 and then you can work on your assignment.